Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 5 of the Youth Road to Glory series here on FIFA 18. We actually have a significantly less busy month this time around, just the 4 games in November rather than the 6 of October and 7, yes, of September. So we will still be playing, actually no, seeing as we have a quieter month, let's play 2 and have a squad report, because we haven't had one for ages actually. And we'll do one at the end of the month, and that way you guys can keep bang up to date with everything that's going on with the new youth players, because as you can see we have Jara is now in, the Argentinian centre mid. He says he's 53 rated, he's got 5-star weak foot, but those physicals and then these technicals, I think because his slide and stand tackle is so low, that's why he's only 53 rated overall. If he was a centre mid, not a CDM, he'd be early 60s, I would have thought, with stats like that. So I'm pretty sure if I start to train his tackling stats, he'll actually rocket in overall rating. So that might be something to do. Stoyanov is back from injury, so he's in the starting lineup as well. Obviously won't start for the next game because 3 of them are on international duty. But Bejarano is in at centre back, Dimitrov at left back. We have a new right back in Cooper, who hopefully will grow quite well. He can play right back or left back. Has a 4-star weak foot, which will be pretty decent. We've still got McCall and Bell on the bench. Bennett is still in training, nearly up to 60 rated now, which is good. We have a new left back, Mackenzie. He came in the last episode too, 6'2", and it's a shame he can only play at left back, because to be fair, with 75 jumping and 73 strength, I might utilise him at centre back if I can get his technicals to grow. So we might consider using him at centre back rather than left back. We also have Robinson, who was previously my starting right back, now dropped to the reserves because of the introduction to the new higher rated player. Scott played a couple of games for me recently with the injury to Stoyanov, but he's dropped to the bench again, to the reserves again, as of course Jara is now 16 and able to be called up, and Stoyanov is on his way back from injury. Although Scott might start this next one against Peterborough actually. Murray is in. He actually is 4-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot, complete cam or centre mid. Physicals and technicals not the best at the minute, but hopefully he can grow quite well. And that's it. We are yet to get a youth striker. Still only Joe Pigott, Antwi Niame, and then Appiah and Taylor, other than the absolute shithouse that is McDonald. I'm yet to get a youth striker. I've got a youth player in every other role but striker. So we're still waiting for that. Of course, we did get a very exciting new youth player in the last episode, that being Dave Walker, who's £575,000 of valuation at just 15 years of age, potential 75 to 94. He's already 62 rated, and he is going to grow, hopefully, very, very well indeed. We've got some more wing-backs, centre-back, another centre-mid, and a couple of other wingers that are going to be in. I'm not sure whether I'll keep Lucas Anderson for too long, considering the number of other options we have at the minute on the right-hand side of midfield. But Marcus Hughes has better potential, so he's probably going to start, and he's quicker, to be fair. So hopefully he can do well. Although Lucas Anderson is 6'1", so that might weigh in his favour. He might not quite be so good technically, but his physicality might help him hold down a first-team spot. We'll have to wait and see, because we have a number of youngsters now, and we're just needing to build on that number. And in January we will be selling on a number more first-team players, of course, as the squad boosts in size, as it has done considerably since the previous window. We are going to have more and more original Wimbledon players to sell on, or have the ability to do that without risking considerably decreasing the overall competitiveness of the side. Side isn't that competitive at the minute. We are 15th in the table. Not expecting to get promoted in season number 1. We're hoping to just kind of build a team, and then fingers crossed with a little bit of growth now, they could be in a great position at the start of season 2 to kick on for promotion. As expected, Blackburn are up near the top of the table, but today's first opponent is Peterborough. We'll simulate this one, and I'll just auto replace. We don't need to worry too much about that. It should fill in the correct roles of its own accord. Peterborough just above us in the table, so a win here would see us at least move up 1 position in the league table. We have been relying quite heavily on Lyle Taylor this season for goals, but Kwesi has popped up every now and again. We've had a couple of goals from midfield too. They've had a man sent off after just 26 minutes, and Jara, on his debut, scores from the penalty spot. That is a superb start. Do drop the video a like, by the way, if you enjoy, and subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. Hopefully, we can see out game number 1 with a win, but the 10 men equalise with just 15 minutes to go, and it's only a point against Peterborough. That is actually quite disappointing. So, what is this? McCauley's disappointed not to start. Sorry, mate. Right, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take... Yeah, I did have... I think Dimitrov was actually my extra slot there, and he obviously is on international duty, but I did want to take someone out, so we'll take him out, and we'll put Hara in, and we will train his defending, and hopefully, his overall will actually grow considerably with just the improvement of those defensive stats. Like I say, if he was... Oh, he got an F. Great. If he was a centre mid, he'd probably be a lot higher overall, rather than just 53, because he is down by default as a CDM. So I just need to have a quick look again at the fixture list, and we'll see which other game we want to simulate before we do the squad report. But you guys will get a full in-depth look at the youth players we have right now. So Bristol Rovers away, I'll play that one. Then away to... Okay, so we'll simulate the Walsall one. We'll play the 2 away games, Oldham and Bristol Rovers, and the home games are the ones that you tend to get better results from simulation. So let's go and play Bristol Rovers and hopefully get ourselves a victory. Where are they in the league? Bristol Rovers are... 10th and just 3 points above us. So with a win, we could actually go above them. Well, let's wait and see what happens. We are still 6 points clear of the relegation zone and 6 points away from the playoffs. Still very, very tight, as we say every single episode, and probably will do until the very end of the season as well. Right, Bristol Rovers away. Let's see if we can get ourselves the first victory of the episode, shall we?
I think they will lose here. Well, here is the team sheet
Circum
for the home side.
into Clark. Out wide here to Bennett. Interesting to see. Oh, a couple of good blocks on there. It'll be interesting to see how I get on with Hara. He is my Scout Future Star, and he scored on his debut and made a good start to his career here at Wimbledon, but I am yet to actually play with him personally, so we'll see how we get on with him. Here he is, trying to close down the man out wide. Can't quite get near him before the cross comes in, and the shot is into the side netting from Gunduz. Rovers starting on the front foot, but not able to get themselves in front. It's a corner. Hara will take it himself. Whips it in. Keeper's not come for this, and Forrester heads us 1-0 in front. An assist for Hara on debut. Our Scout Future Star makes his first team start for me, not the first team start for the club, but got a goal on full debut from the penalty spot, and now an assist from a corner as well. A great delivery, and to be fair, a very good header as well from Harry Forrester. Keeper perhaps should have come for that because it wasn't too far away from him, but we'll take a 1-0 lead after 20 minutes. Thank you very much. Taylor out to right. Just had to wait for the ball to arrive. The right back is pushing forward, but didn't necessarily do it too quickly. Hara into Kwesi Appiah. We'll just look to burn around the outside the defender, and Smith makes a good save. Kwesi not able to give us a 2-0 lead. Now can Hara pull it out the bag again? Another decent delivery. It's going to drop to Oloshi Yaja. Drops to Berharano, but unfortunately thought it was someone else, so I went for the shot from distance, and yeah, my 63 or 64 rate centre-back probably not going to score from 30 yards, is he? It's Bennett. Got the turn on Cooper. Oh, nice ball into the middle, off the post, and an equaliser for Bristol Rovers. Gunduz. Oh, Charlton scored off the rebound from a post in the last episode, and unfortunately Bristol Rovers have done the same. I've hit the post umpteen times this season with this team, and I think only once has it fallen back to a teammate to go into the back of the net, and that was when Kwesi Appiah basically played a 1-2 off the post to himself to give us a goal a couple of videos ago. Kwesi involved here though, and I'll look to burst past the man, and then rushing around the outside is Wright. Oh, goes down, penalty given. The chance to equalise immediately. It was not equalised, go in front again immediately. Is it going to be a yellow card? It's not. Wright cut in from the right-hand side and was just about to pull the trigger there, and you can see him swing for it, and then the man steps in. Now, who has the best penalties in the team? Lyle Taylor's on 62, and that is the highest, and he is the league's top goal scorer, Lyle Taylor, so I will try and put this in the bottom right-hand side. Oh, and the keeper's gone the right way and will keep it out. My penalty curse on FIFA 18 continues. I am just terrible at putting them away. I don't know why. It's Craig going down the line here to Bennett. Decent cross. Keeper can only palm it away, but Harry Forrester will recover possession. Probably going to make a change in the midfield sooner rather than later. Stoyanov is starting to flag, as you can see there from his stamina. Pretty low. Go on, Quezzy. Burst around the outside. No, I was just about to play the ball down the line there, but a bit of a heavy touch. Yeah, Stoyanov is struggling, so let's bring on Abdu because he's more physical. Do I make one more change? I'm tempted to take right off from McCall, but I'll leave it for now. See if just this one central midfield change can actually switch things up for us. Get us in front again. Lines. Back to Craig, to Lines again, to Craig again. Oh, it's a nice ball through the gap, and Sinclair buries it beautifully. What a finish. Bristol Rovers 2, Wimbledon 1. He's tucked that away very well. The through ball just completely cut me open. You see him run and no one really tracks it. And then beautiful little finesse that stubs it towards the far side netting. From 1-0 up to 2-1 down. Right. Inside to Abdu. There to Quezzy. Tell Forrester to make the run. And he's in behind here, Harry Forrester. Driving in on goal. Harry Forrester. How lucky do the AI want to be, man? Rebounding straight to them off the post. And then I have a shot that's saved by the keeper that bounces off his defender and goes straight back into his open arms. I am getting so unlucky here. Dinked over to right, though. I've got men in the middle to aim for. But I can't find any of them. Taylor around the corner to Quezzy. Spins well. Turns well. Use the run as a distraction. Quezzy! Yes! Oh, it's been a while since we've scored a decent goal with Quezzy Appiah, but we are level at 2-2. Let's push on and try and get ourselves a winner then. From just outside the box. Use Lyles Taylor's run as a decoy. Oh, just inside the box, sorry. But finds the bottom corner really nicely. But a couple of chances in very similar positions where the ball has just slid past the post. So it's nice to see Quezzy get it into that bottom corner. 8 minutes to go. Can we find a third? Mr. Abdu, look for Quezzy again. Forrester looking to get in behind. And we're playing through that gap. Come on, Harry. We've got 3 men in the middle to find. Cuts back. Forrester. Should have passed it. I should have passed it. When I turned inside, I was like, hello, we might be able to actually get a shooting opportunity with Forrester here. Trotter. No, Liam. It's not good enough. It's a lovely ball. Looking for Bennett as well. Inside to Tom Lockyer. Pushing forward from centre-back. Here's Harrison. Looking for the ball out wide to Moore. Good save by Long. Oh, we nearly lost it in the last minute. But we haven't. We've been able to get it away. I'm waiting for the referee to blow his final whistle before I'm able to get further forward. But we might still have one final chance. If I can send... Oh no, why did it switch to Quezzy? Lyle Taylor was racing through and I was in control of him and it auto switched to Quezzy Appiah and Taylor stopped his run. I guess kind of says that the CPU acknowledged that Taylor wouldn't have reached the ball anyway, but still it's frustrating. 10 shots, 5 on target for them, 9 and 6 for me, and a point apiece. Right, I'm going to go and play the next one, then we'll sim Walsall, and then we'll have a squad report at the end of the episode. Moyembe down the left-hand side to start things off here for Oldham. Gets it in there to Mausch, to Nepomuceno. I have no idea how to pronounce half of these names, but at least George Long is able to make the save at the near post. Ryan McLaughlin to take the corner. I think it's Ryan. McLaughlin to take the corner, and keeper thought about coming for that but didn't. Thankfully I did actually attack the ball, otherwise I could have been in real trouble there. Here's Mausch again, into the box to Davies, out wide to Omrani. Darius Charles standing strong. Having to play a number of different players in this one from the previous game, purely because of the quickness in nature between the two fixtures, so people weren't fit. Of course, lower rated players don't necessarily have the best stamina, do they? So I'm struggles a little bit, but Quezzy's going to play and start and could get himself an assist here. If only McDonald's legs had been a couple of inches longer. Abdu into Quezzy, there to McDonald. Back to Quezzy. Oh, nicely done. Accelerate away. Quezzy, please. No! Good save by Placido, the keeper. Oh, that was very nearly 1-0. I perhaps should have put that away. We'll take a corner though. It'll be Abdu to deliver. It's not bad. Oshilaja could be underneath this. He was. And Bell was stood next to it. Could have stuck a toe out to try and poke it home, but decided against it. Out wide to Scott. Driving forward. Oh, how's that for a delivery? And Abdu, that's a great goal. That's one of the best goals we've scored all season. And that was a 51 rated CDM whipping the ball in from out wide to his central midfield partner, Abdu. What a delivery from Scott. Why he was out there in the first place, I'm not sure. But you can see Abdu at the back post. And that is a gorgeous delivery. And Abdu's hooked that back across goal really well. 1-0 Wimbledon. Let's hold on to the lead this time. Abdu. Forward to McDonald. Back to Abdu again. Try and build a little bit slower. Necessarily that good at pace, this Wimbledon team. There to Scott. Got an assist. Can maybe get him another one if Kwesi can bury this. Oof, which he very nearly did. Abdu. Cross hit to Bell. And the overlap is Meads. Kwesi is there centrally, but I'm actually going to look for McDonald in the middle. Oh! Great header outside the post, wide. Not far away from a second there. Abdu. Well, that's nicely done. And Bell is in behind here. He's not the best with the ball at his feet, but he's very, very strong. So we'll have to utilise that. Here's Robinson. Short there is McDonald. Oh, it's a nice turn. Can we get the shot off? Oh! Finish! So he can't score an open goal in pre-season. Was it pre-season? I can't remember. No, it was definitely a league game, wasn't it? But he can finish that into the top bins. All right. Wimbledon 2, Oldham Athletic 0. Just before half-time. Second goal with 2 minutes to go. Bell inside to Abdu. McDonald. Kwesi. McDonald will go again, but Abdu's arriving on this left-hand side. It's a great run. Well, I'm pretty sure he got tripped there as he was about to take the shot, if you don't mind, referee. We'll take Bell off and bring on Barcham. I'm tempted to give Murray a run out, you know. He's not played for me yet. Let's bring him on for Scott and see if he can actually do anything for me in the remaining half an hour or so. McCall will take the corner. And that's a good delivery, actually. Oh, man in the middle went for a diving header. If he'd have scored that, I might well have exploded. Let's go short there to Darius Charles. Then across here to Murray. He's just on the pitch. Murray! Yeah, that was a woeful shot. That's to Mausch, to Davies. Trying my best. Let's pull through. Davies again. To Mausch. Omrani. Finish. A rocket from the edge of the box from Omrani. Oldham back in the game at 2-1. Just held the ball up nicely there and then whack. Shot power too much. There's the final whistle. Despite them pulling one back with 15 minutes to go, they weren't... 15 minutes to go? With 15 minutes to go, they weren't able to get themselves a winner. Only 2 shots on target from Oldham. That was their downfall. 3 points for us. That's very important. Let's jump now to the Walsall game. Simulate that. Hopefully avoid defeat. Maybe even get another win. And then we'll have a squad report. Right. Let's simulate the game against Walsall. See if we can't pick up another victory. We've actually had a very positive episode with regards results on the field. If we can do the same in this one, then we might find ourselves even closer to those playoff spots. Again, not expecting to get promoted this season, but hopefully we can build a side that can really challenge for automatic promotion next year with continued growth throughout this season. Still 0-0 with 20 minutes to go. Oh, Harry Forrester pops up in the 79th minute. I went a little bit SpongeBob SquarePants there, didn't I? Oh! Right. Oh, we've got FA Cup next against Crewe. Okay, so we've got an FA Cup game to start us off in December. Not a problem. We will advance that far so that everyone's overalls update as we move into the month of December. Of course, if you didn't know, I'm sure that almost everybody watching does. Player overalls update as you go from month to month, regardless of the training that you do. So hopefully, or including adding to the training that you do. So hopefully we can get some extra growth from some more of our youngsters as we push into November. We've got a monthly scouting update there. We might get another one on before we get to the Crewe game. Might have 2 scouting updates to have a look at here at the end of the episode. Let's have a quick look at the inbox. Indeed we do, which is good. Robinson's still saying he wants to leave. Right. 50 to 68. Oh, thank you. 70 to 94. £650,000. That's the highest valued new signing we've picked up to date. 56 to 78, I'm going to say no to. 75 to 94. Oh, I don't know. I'll give it another month for him. 64 to 88, I'm going to say no. 71 to 94, 130k, we'll say yes. And 62 to 86, we'll give that one another month as well. And then having a look at Mr. Ericsson, having a look in England. He's got a guy there that I'm not going to sign. 61 to 85, I'm going to say no to you. 61 to 85, I'm going to say no to you. Right, okay, well, let's have a quick look at the Youth Academy before we have a look at the full squad reports. We have Gordon Taylor, a right-sided midfielder, who's valued at 130k, 54 rated. Good ball control and dribbling already. That's intriguing. We'll promote him to the senior team because he's old enough. Riley Campbell, 63 rated currently. Potential of 70 to 94. Ooh, 73 accuracy piques my interest. 67 short passing as well. We'll call him up to the first team. He might be starting sooner rather than later. And then the rest of the youngsters, Luke Sanderson still 54. Still 62. 52, 47, 52, 52. Obviously, Dave Walker being the key guy here, but he's continuing to grow, which is good. Riley Campbell and Gordon Taylor accept their contracts. Well, I'm excited by that young Cam. Stoyanov and Hara will continue, I think, in the midfield. But what I'll do is I'll take Trotter out, and let's put Campbell in on the bench. I'll do that off camera, just rearrange people's positions. Right, let's have a look at the squad report then, so you guys can see who's grown so far this season and by how much. And hopefully, with the January window just around the corner, we can sell some more players on. George Long is up 1 to 67. Obviously not been training him, but nice to see that he's growing. 68, 66, 64, 70, 67. Shanev, I will try and sell. Yeah, he's already on the transfer list. I'll try and sell him because we have Bennett, who's up 11 thanks to the training. 68, 63, 62, 65. 55 positioning is growing, and it's the quickest growing as well, which is good news. As soon as he gets, I don't know, to about where George Long is now, diving's the same. Handling is 3 better for my current keeper. Kicking is 2 better for my current keeper. Reflexes are 5 better for my current keeper. And positioning is 12 better. As soon as Bennett reaches, say, 66, 67 overall, I'll throw Dominic Bennett in goal. Morrison is a youngster that I may even just release. Because I called him up and then immediately we got Bennett. Although, if Long is eventually going to leave us, we might need Morrison. So I'll leave him there for now. Cooper, the right back, came in and immediately took over from Robinson. But Cooper's come in. And he's up 2 overall at 56 rated. If you want to pause at any point and have a look at people's stats in closer detail, then feel free to do so. And he's grown up 4 on his stand tackle, +2 heading accuracy as well, which is good news. Getting a little bit better on the ball. Obviously, you guys know that I like my players in pretty much every position to be good on the ball because of the way that I play my passing game. Will Robinson, 50 rated. Growing, and to be fair, has been good when he played. And he played a number of games for him. He played 7, 6 in League One so far. So he's been decent. He's up to. Sibic is a player that I'm trying to sell on. We've had a number of offers for him, actually, but I've turned them down to this point because I'm still waiting for another centre-back or 2 from the Youth Academy. Robinson is another player who's down 1 now and continuing to moan about not getting any football. -6 on his sprint speed. Is he on the transfer list? I'll add him to the transfer list now. Darius Charles is not growing, but crucially not declining either. In fact, his reactions have gone up 1. He's very good, Darius Charles. Up 7, though, is Raul Bejarano. He wasn't through the Youth Academy, of course. He was a free agent that we picked up, but nice to see him growing. Obviously, I've been training him with regards to his marking, his stand tackling, and his passing as well a little bit. Slide tackle also up 9. Interceptions up 11 too, which is good. He's been very solid for me. Oshilaja, 86 sprint speed, 93 jumping, 81 strength. Really good player. If you're looking for someone in the lower leagues for your own road to glory that isn't a youth road to glory, then I definitely recommend Oshilaja. He's been pretty solid for me, I have to be honest. Meads has been indifferent, but he's up 1, which is good. But crucially, Vasil Dimitrov is up 4. I've been training him, or I did train him to start off with. I've not been training him recently. He's up 4 to 67. He's grown from 66 to 67 off his own back rather than relying on my training. He too was a free agent, not someone that came through the youth system, but he's very good. Mackenzie came in via the youth system, hasn't played yet, but he's up 1 to 50. Owens is a player that was already at Wimbledon, and I have got him on the transfer list. He's up 2 to 55. Kennedy, another player that is on the transfer list. He's currently 62 rated. He's all right. Stoyanov up 5 to 56. I have been training him though quite considerably, as you can see. Short passing, slide tackle, marking, interceptions, vision, etc. But he's only 16 and has good potential. Ruben Hara, my scout future star, up 2 to 55. And I presume well, I've only been training him in this episode, haven't I? And he's already up 2. I mentioned if I just trained his tackling stats, then his overall might quite rapidly improve, and it does look like that is going to be the case, so I shall continue to train his tackling stats. Duncan Scott has been decent, of course whipped in that great ball for the assist in today's episode against Oldham, really superb cross. Gordon McCall is up 2 to 55, good acceleration and sprint speed for this stage of his career, and his technicals are growing nicely too. Ewan Wright up 2 also, good acceleration and sprint speed for this stage of his career at 17, hopefully they will improve. Gordon Taylor's the guy that we've just called up. I like his agility and balance. It'd be nice if his acceleration and sprint speed could improve sooner rather than later though. Technically, good ball control and good dribbling, good curve, which bodes well for decent crossing eventually when that stat goes up. Abdu's 33 and down 1. Only on loan at us this year, but he's been good. How many goals has he got? 4 goals, 2 assists. He's all right, actually. Anthony Hartigan hasn't played for me, I don't think. No, indeed he hasn't, and he's on the transfer list. Well, everybody's on the transfer list that isn't a youth regen. Liam Trotter, he's been pretty solid, although I do prefer Abdu, even though he's lower rated. Tom Saws, again, average on the transfer list, obviously. Harry Forrester's been very good for me. 5 goals, 3 assists. I do like Harry Forrester. I would be ashamed to see him miss out on some first team football because he's a very good player for me. Andy Bartram, his stats are starting to drop now, but his pace has been important for me. Riley Campbell, he's the new guy. 64 acceleration, 60 sprint speed, 71 agility, but 73 free kick accuracy, 67 short passing, 64 long passing. He might well be starting sooner rather than later once Abdu leaves. Dave Murray, cam/centre mid, growing up 1. Will Bell, 3-star, 2-star, not the best for a winger, but again, good acceleration and sprint speed, and then technicals are growing well with some training, up 4 to 53. Lyle Taylor is the league's top goal scorer this year. He's got 10 in 20 in League 1, or at least he was the league's top goal scorer. Not sure if he still is, I shall check. But yeah, he's been very good for me. Not growing overall, but growing a little bit. Kwesi Appiah, he has 5 goals. Not quite so prolific in front of goal, but getting a couple of assists with Lyle, picking up the goals himself. So a 4-star week for Kwesi. Good pace. That has been his main feature and why he continues to start for me. Head of Coda McDonald, who is awful, but was a good finish against Oldham. I will give him that. His physical stats are starting to decline though, because he's 31. Antwi Nyame is growing a little bit, up 1 to 54, but obviously will be transfer listed because he's a current player. And Joe Pigott is useless. I don't like him at all. Hated him when I did the Cambridge Road to Glory last year, and he was terrible in real life, and he's probably going to be terrible this year on FIFA 2, so I haven't used him in the slightest. The league table then, after some good results for us now, let's see where we sit, shall we? FA Cup coming up next. We've moved ourselves up to 11th. Very nearly at the halfway stage now. Just 3 games to go, so we'll go past the halfway stage in the season in the next episode. We are 5 points off the playoffs and now 7 points above the drop. I'd be happy with... I say I'd be happy with mid-table. I'd be delighted with top half, I think. The board want us, of course, to finish mid-table, but I'd be delighted with top half in this first year. We've got some good growth from our youngsters. Fingers crossed that will continue in the next episode, but that's all for today. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. I'll see you next time.